Breaking news. American media houses now reporting about PM Mazi Simon Ekpa, his activities, and Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 23rd of May 2024, and I have a breaking information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, it don't happen. And I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, I don't want to talk too much. Let me just go straight and read the news in details. And as you can see on your screen, this very first one is from the Prime Minister's official X account. Now, I just want to show you this. Then we will now go and read it from the official website of these two different international media houses, because I have two different news to show you during the course of this very broadcast. I am not going to analyze anything. I will just read in details, and I am very, very certain you will like to listen to the very end of it, because they have many things to say about the PM, the BRGIE, and of course the Biafra restoration movement. According to the PM, he said, breaking news, American media are awakening. American media are awakening. So there's no need of reading this, because part of this thing that is written here is called from the main article from the International Media House. So let us go there and read it all together. Now, the first one is this: Mazi Simon Ekpa, a true leader of Biafra. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, represents a major part of the ongoing narrative of Biafra's mission for independence. At the base of this government in exile stands Simon Ekpa, a figure whose leadership has sparked both admiration and controversy. As an entity, a government in exile often surfaces when a national group cannot exercise legal and sovereign authority over its homeland due to occupation or usurpation. The BRGIE claims to uphold the political aspirations of the Biafran people, primarily those in the southeastern and some parts of south-south Nigeria. Biafra territory is the old eastern Nigeria. In 2023, Simon Ekpa was declared the Prime Minister of the BRGIE following a detailed and structured election process. This election, as reported by the insiders and some observers, adhered to democratic principles and was aimed at ensuring fair representation and legitimacy. Candidates were nominated based on their commitment to the cause and ability to lead effectively under challenging circumstances. Wow. I am very, 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 happy to bring this very news to your doorsteps. I am eagerly reading this because I know that this means a lot to our people. Now, let us continue. Despite some external skepticism, those within the BRGIE and their supporters emphasize the election's integrity. The process involved multiple stages of vetting and a final vote, reportedly including representatives from various Biafra diaspora communities. Though questioned by some, the election's transparency was defended vigorously by the BRGIE, which released detailed accounts of the procedures followed to guarantee a fair electoral process. The recognition of Ekpa's leadership extends beyond the confines of the BRGIE to include a substantial portion of the Biafran diaspora. However, the struggle for broader international recognition remains fraught with challenges. The international community generally maintains a cautious stance when dealing with governments in exile, often refraining from official recognitions unless there is a substantial consensus or a legal framework supporting such a government's legitimacy. Moreover, Ekpa's government faces international challenges, notably from Nigerian authorities and some factions within the Biafra movement who view the BRGIE skeptically. These challenges are compounded by the complicated geopolitical dynamics of the region, where multiple interests converge, often leading to a fragmented support base. Since assuming office, Simon Ekpa has initiated several policies to consolidate support for Biafra's independence and reinforce the governance structures of the BRGIE. His administration has focused on international advocacy, seeking global attention and support for the Biafra cause. His government has organized humanitarian aid and cultural events to strengthen community ties among the Biafra diaspora. Ekpa's leadership style through diplomatic engagement has impacted the independence movement. Under his guidance, the BRGIE has gained a more structured approach to its activities, stressing the importance of international law and diplomacy in its pursuit of recognition. Addressing the persistent allegations that label Simon Ekpa as a self-proclaimed prime minister is critical. These allegations stem from misunderstandings and misrepresentations of the electoral process undertaken by the BRGIE. Ekpa has constantly refuted such claims, pointing to the democratic and transparent nature of his election. The term self-proclaimed inaccurately depicts the legitimate and recognized procedure that led to his leadership role within the Biafra community. Such mischaracterizations undermine the democratic process that the BRGIE strives to uphold and distract from the substantive issues. Simon Ekpa's role as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile captures the hopes and complications of the Biafra independence movement. His leadership, born from a legitimate electoral process, signifies a crucial phase in the ongoing struggle for Biafra self-determination. Looking forward, Ekpa's administration faces the dual challenge of consolidating internal support and developing international recognition, essential for realizing Biafra's long-standing aspirations for independence. As the BRGIE continues to steer through these challenges, the efficacy of Ekpa's leadership will undoubtedly play a main role in reforming the future of the Biafrans. Now, this is from one particular international media platform. Let me show you the next one. And of course, as you can see on your screen, I will be reading this one from The Fox. You all know that very name is a very familiar one indeed. Now, Simon Ekpa and the Biafran independence movement. The struggle for Biafra's independence has been a prolonged and diverse political saga that traces back to the Nigeria Civil War between 1967 to 1970. In recent years, this cause has found a new advocate in Simon Ekpa, whose influence inspires both local and international bodies. As the elected Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile BRGIE, Ekpa has injected renewed vigor into the independence movement, drawing support and scrutiny. Ekpa's rise to the forefront of the Biafra independence movement did not occur overnight. It resulted from years of activism, legal expertise, and political engagement both in his native Nigeria and abroad in Finland, where he has resided since 2007. His journey from a local athlete to a recognized leader within the Biafra cause reflects a strong commitment to his roots and the aspirations of his people. In 2023, Ekpa was formally elected as the Prime Minister of the BRGIE through an electoral process designed to reflect the will and aspiration of the Biafran diaspora. This was no less than a major achievement for Ekpa and the entire independence movement, providing a new face and a renewed sense of direction. Wow. At the core of Ekpa's leadership are strategies deeply rooted in the ideology of reclaiming Biafra identity and autonomy. His approach combines legal advocacy, international diplomacy, and public engagement to advance the cause. By leveraging his background in law, Ekpa has articulated the Biafran demand for independence through frameworks that resonate within international legal and human rights circles. Moreover, Ekpa's strategies extend beyond mere rhetoric. They involve practical engagement with international bodies, efforts to unify the various factions of the Biafra movement, and initiatives to raise global awareness about the Biafra situation. His leadership style is characterized by a blend of confidence and strategic diplomacy, aiming to position the Biafra cause on the global stage as a legitimate and urgent matter for international deliberation. The reception of Ekpa's leadership has varied widely, domestically within the Biafran communities in Nigeria and the diaspora. He is viewed by many as a symbol of hope and resistance against perceived oppression. His articulate presentation of the Biafran case has galvanized a significant portion of the population who view his leadership as a beacon of potential change. Internationally, however, the response has been more complex, while Ekpa has succeeded in drawing attention to the Biafran cause. The international community remains largely cautious. Recognition by foreign governments and international organizations is hampered by diplomatic sensitivities and the geopolitical implications of supporting secessionist movements. Nonetheless, Ekpa's efforts have led to increased dialogue about Biafra in international forums, reflecting a growing awareness and concern about the region's political status. Despite his recognized role, Ekpa has faced allegations of being a self-proclaimed prime minister. These allegations overlook the legitimate electoral process facilitated by the BRGIE, which was conducted by the intent to ensure fairness and transparency. By addressing these misconceptions directly, Ekpa emphasizes the democratic basis of his leadership and challenges the narrative that seeks to undermine the Biafra government in exile's credibility. Simon Ekpa's impact on the Biafra independence movement is undeniable. His ascendancy to the role of the Prime Minister of the BRGIE has begun a new era in the fight for Biafra independence, characterized by a more organized and internationally engaged approach. As he continues to navigate the complex interplay of domestic support and international diplomacy, Ekpa's leadership remains important in shaping the future of the Biafra independence movement. Wow. His effort to consolidate local and diasporic support and engage with the global community highlight a strategic approach that hopes to achieve what has been a centuries-old aspiration for many Biafrans: recognition and independence. Wow. Wow. Ogenede. In fact, I don't want to talk too much. I just want to tell you. You may say, this and that. You may have your own opinion. You may have your own opinion, which you are entitled to. But one thing is for sure. This very message and publication is not just about the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is about Biafra. Because an international, media platform cannot just come and start telling you Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. There must be something. There must be a substance. Somebody must be involved. A name must be involved in order to push the ideology to the world. Yes. So if you are angry because the name of Simon Ekpa has been mentioned in so many places in this publication, go and hug Transformer. Call your own so-called leadership or structure, as you normally say, to go and put their own ideology or their own name or their own whatever opinion in the international community. Let us read them the same way we are reading about Biafra, Republic Government in Exile, led by Simon Ekpa, and of course the Biafra independence. Go and do it. If you don't like how the name of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has been mentioned in so many occasions in these two different publications by the international community. Thank you, my people. To salo numozia and make it go viral.